Happy Thursday, everybody. It took me a minute to remember what day it is, but it's Thursday. So we're gonna do an amazing HIIT circuit today. I broke today's circuit down into 3 separate circuits that we're gonna repeat 3 times each. No break between the circuit itself, but a nice little break between. I recommend that you have some medium weights today. Everything's pretty much a medium weight move. If you don't have any weights, but you have some laundry detergent bottles, or maybe you've got a gallon of water or 2, or those are some things you can think towards acquiring for the future, because hopefully you can find those at any store now. Fred, don't be nasty. Those would be some great options for class. Why are you being so mean? Nobody likes mean birds. Nobody likes mean birds. People do like angry birds, though. But not mean birds, okay? Okay, so we're gonna get started in just about 4 minutes, giving you enough time to gather anything that you need. Let's see how dark my dungeon looks. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Okay. Do 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 do. I'm gonna set up all of my timers. Two minutes till we get started. You are encouraged to put some music on for yourself to really find a driving beat and energy. I'm gonna turn my air conditioning off and suffer just for you so you can hear me as clearly as possible. I really encourage you to make sure that you grab some water. I know I'll be sweating. It's getting warm out, so you know what that means. So important to make sure that you are hydrating, not just during class when you find yourself thirsty, because when you find yourself thirsty, you're already a little dehydrated. So you know I like to remind you that the recommendation for hydration is just under 3 liters of water a day for women and just under a gallon of water a day for men. So a perfect reason if you don't have weights to go out and buy yourself a gallon of water, and then you can just keep refilling it and you can really challenge your upper body a little bit more. Okay, we have been doing a lot of body weight exercises lately, so if you, like me, haven't been playing with weights, today might be a little bit challenging. Depending on what weights that you have or don't have is going to influence the speed that you're going to be able to do today's moves. So hello all. Welcome. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager for McLean. Grab a quick sip of your water. Make sure it's nearby. Let's get into our warm-up. I love to start just focusing on getting some movement. So we're out of our chair, we got a lateral side to side step, and we're rolling those shoulders. Start checking in with your abdominal core. Oh my gosh, the lighting behind me is terrible. But you know what? That's okay. Because you can still see me, you can see my body, you can hear my voice, and we're going to do our best until one of these days someone actually helps me hang curtains. All right, go ahead. Roll your shoulders in the opposite direction. I did go to the hardware store this week, and I had a long chat with Bill there, who helped to sell me some proper drill bits to get some things happening around here. So we'll see how far that goes. And I borrowed a stud finder and a wire finder from a neighbor, so no more drilling into the wires. All right, go ahead, plant your feet down on the floor. Let's just inhale one arm all the way up overhead, and then the opposite arm up overhead. You can start to find a nice little side reach also. And let's speed it up. Add in a tap. 8, 7, 6, draw that core in. 4, 3, 2, push it through the center of your chest to the side. Fingers slightly flex back towards your face, like you're pushing a door closed. You'll feel that starting to really warm up that mid and upper back. 3, 2, take it down to the floor. So belly pulled in, you can take a bend to your knees. Once again, find a little warm up for those inner thighs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the push through at the chest. Make sure that core is really tight. You're rotating from the center of your body. 4, not just twisting your shoulders. 3, 2, 1 more time. Reach it up overhead. 8, 7, 6. Exaggerate that side lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead, jack it out. If you can't jack, keep that step to the side. I'm going to stay here, keeping it low intensity because I got that neighbor below me. But if you can jump, find those jumps. 4, 3, 2. We're going to reach for the sky and down to our toes. Up, down. As fast as you can, but in control. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Back to those jacks one more time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Pull that core in. 2. Keep it tight. High and lows again. High, low. High, low. Good. Hopefully starting to feel that blood flowing. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Start to march. Just keep a nice little march going. Let's take it forward and back. Really find some movement. Forward and back. Swing those arms as well. The more that you use your entire body, the more energy that you're going to burn, the better you're going to feel. Well, that sounds like why we're here, right? All right, come on back to your static march. Come onto the toes, fast feet, 30 seconds. Last move here in our warm-up. Find a way to keep moving those arms. If you got some music going, swing them around to a beat or make one up in your head. Make sure you're still breathing halfway there. Warming up those calves. A little into the glutes too. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Keep moving just a little bit. We're going to come right into the first set. First set's going to start off with a row. Going to give you some options to change up the row as we move through. But most of today's workout is exactly as was written. Woo, it is already hot in here, y'all. All right, so we're starting off with the row. Our first row is going to be single, single, double. It's your choice really where you want to row. We have 3 different sets coming up, so maybe think about having one set low, one set a little bit higher, maybe one set even wide. It's your choice. I'm going to keep a nice narrow grip in the row because that feels good for me, and then we're going to get down on the floor for a bicycle crunch toe tap, and I'll show you what it looks like in our 15-second break so we can really maximize today's work. Start with those rows, so plant your feet firmly on the floor and find a nice little forward hinge. The more that you hinge forward, the more challenging it's going to be, A, to continue to keep that spine nice and straight, B, to keep your neck in line, and also to find this row movement. So standing up a little bit higher is going to make it easy. Think about where you're bringing your hands, either intentionally close by your side or nice wide row, bringing your elbows in line with your shoulders. All right, so one arm, the opposite arm, and then both at the same time. Starts in 3, 2, 1, begin. So we got single, single, double, single, single, double. This is not about how fast you can go. I'd rather you really take 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, maybe even 3, to make sure that you're focusing on squeezing your shoulder blade towards the center of your back and drawing that elbow behind you. I've got these dumbbell heads just painting up the top of my thighs. Plenty of weight in my heels. And that belly pulled in. 3, 2, 1. Great. Come on down to the floor. We've got a bicycle crunch and a toe tap. So laying down, you're going to crunch, crunch. Both legs come up, tap, lower it back down, back into your crunch, crunch, tap, and begin. If you need something a little bit easier, 1 foot on the floor, 1 foot on the floor. Both legs go up, tap, and then gently with knees bent, release them back down. Both legs up, tap, slowly lower down. Don't apply pressure of your fingers to the back of your head. You're challenging yourself here with your oblique crunch in your bicycle, and then that leg lift and lower. Nice total ab move, hitting those lower and upper abs, especially with that head lifted off the floor, shoulders gently lifted. Whew. Feel it. Nice. From here, we're going to turn over. We've got a bear with a forward tap or a plank with a forward tap. So place something in front of you. You're either going to be in tabletop and just alternating between tapping, or same thing from plank. Begin. Oh my gosh. If finding that forward tap does not work for you, try being in tabletop and lift yourself up into bear. Pardon me. Maybe you can just tap your hand to the side and then lower yourself down. You can always tap, tap, lower, and give yourself a break in those wrists for a second. If it's too challenging to keep your knees lifted the whole time, maybe you go for 2 taps. We got 3 rounds through for you to continue to challenge yourself. Once you've learned the movement, it should get a little bit easier. If you're in bear, nice work. Try to keep those knees really close to the floor. Let's go ahead and stand up and come back into our row. This time we're going to alternate. So as one arm raises, the other arm lowers. Find your flat back and begin. I'm rowing. Pardon me. It's my apartment. I live alone. I can cough without my mouth covered, I guess. Make sure you're not just bringing those arms up and down. Really find this squeeze here in the back. They pass each other, and work to not rotate your body. So as that right arm comes up, you're not turning out to the right side. You're keeping your chest towards the floor. Remember, you can always hinge forward. Make it a little more challenging if you need to. Yes, let's come on back down to our bicycle crunch and toe tap, same move. You got 5 seconds till we get started, but set yourself up. 3, 2, begin. Cross, cross, legs lift, tap, lower down. You can bring your arms up overhead for an extra little challenge. Lowering your arms down, finding as much extension as you can, and then drawing those knees back in towards your chest as your hands come close towards your ears. Ooh. Remember, it's not just about speed, especially for ab work. Working a little bit slower can help you get a little bit deeper into that core to make sure that you're not just using momentum, that you're, oh my gosh, using the muscles to make it happen. All right, roll over. Let's come on back into our bear or plank and tap. If you really need an extra modification, if bear isn't working, begin. You can always just be right here in tabletop. Maybe extend one leg behind you. Can you lift one leg up and just practice right here a little less stable in a version of bird dog? Otherwise, we're lifting those knees up, tap forward as many times as you can, and then you can release your knees to the floor for a second and begin again. Can you add one more tap each time before you bring those knees back down towards the floor? You got to challenge yourself to see the change. Yes, oh my gosh, one more time through. Oh, make your way back to your feet. This time, let's get both arms at the same time for our row. Begin. So sending your hips and glutes towards the wall behind you, really finding that stretch to find that flat back. Squeeze at the top. And control on the way down. Don't just let those weights drop in your hands. So maybe the way down is even a little bit slower than the way up. Oy. You're worth it. You've got just over 10 seconds left of this move. We had a nice break coming up in 2 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back down to the floor. Another round of bicycle crunches and toe tap leg lifts. Just when you thought I couldn't combine any more moves, you were wrong. All right. Here we go, send those legs up. Let's start with that toe tap. Find that big extension, draw those knees in. Cycle, cycle, extend those legs out. Work really hard. You could always make it a little bit easier. And from this bicycle with knees bent, extend your legs up, but challenge yourself. Can you go back into a little bit of a jackknife or a hollow hold? Whew. Babies having their feet off the floor all the time. They do it all the time. Let's be babies. Oh. Oh my gosh, keep going, keep going. You made it. Turn over one more time for your bear with a forward reach or plank. I like this bear because I think it fires your abs up just a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. You really have to work to be controlled to have those knees very slightly lifted off the floor. Remember, you're getting in as many taps as you can. So maybe all you can do is lift those knees up and get 1 tap. But ask yourself if you can try for 2. Maybe you can't. Maybe as you reach for that second tap, you have to bring your knees down. Try again. Keep bringing those hands, palms back underneath of those shoulders. Whew, we got 10 seconds left. Get those knees off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. We're done with all of those for today. Ooh. Grab yourself some water. Make your way to your feet and just sort of move around a little bit. Oh, wow. We'll take 1 honest minute with no exercise talk. Just movement, just breathing. Work to slow your breath down. Oh, cherry blossoms are outside. You can't see them because the light from the window. You'd think that there was like a spaceship like outside, beaming this workout to outer space. But there's some beautiful cherry blossom trees outside here. So many birds chirping inside and outside. Right, Fred? Did you like all those peanuts? That's great. Keep finding that active recovery. Okily dokily. That was a good minute. That was a good minute to ourselves. We got a great pace going to get through 2 more rounds and plenty of time for some amazing stretches. Thanks for being here today during a strength workout. That's so sweet of you. All right. We're going to start off this next round with reverse lunges to overhead press. I want you to find the overhead press as you step your feet back together to be standing. So we're going to go for a reverse lunge and press up into our overhead press. Make sure as you press from that reverse lunge that you're not rocketing yourself off of that back foot. You're pressing into your front heel to find your lift back to the center. And we're just going to alternate feet each time. And then we're going to get down on the floor and do a push-up. You've done that before. And then I'll talk to you about our squat with the front raise. Okay, who's ready? Okay, bye, Uncle Buck. We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So even if you have no weights, you can still go for a big reverse lunge. Press into your standing heel and bring those arms up overhead. Think about I like to think about my elbows being on an elevator and they're going straight up towards the ceiling so they're not flying out towards the side as you press this weight up overhead. Yes, keep breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And if you don't have any weights in your hands, you might be able to move a lot faster through these just alternating reverse lunges, but make sure that you're lifting yourself up by pressing into your front heel. Maybe even take a moment here to work to lift that back leg up and then come in. Beautiful. Come on down to the floor for whatever a push-up looks like for you today. I'm going to try a combo of push-ups on my knees and my toes. 3, 2, 1. But remember, begin. You can always do your push-ups from tabletop. I'm going to come back to tabletop. That was a delightful thought, Jessica. But I noticed my wrists are a little tired. And we do have one more plank move coming up in round 3. So I'm just going to be smart for my body today. You can still get an amazing push-up right here in tabletop, really pressing into your hands palms. I'm feeling those triceps activate, especially with the elbows coming close by my side. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Great. Next we got a squat with a front raise. You might want to lower your weight down or just use one weight. But we're going to squat down and get a front raise. And if you want, you can even squat down, bicep curl, extend, in, down. So either squat and lift or squat, curl, extend. Just getting a little bit more time in the squat. I've got my legs out nice and wide. I hope you started in a goddess squat. Ooh. Where's the weight? It was a trick question because the weight is in your heels and your glutes are going towards the back of the room. Knees are going out wide to the side for the Scottish squat. Keep that chest lifted. Three, two, get one more in. You're worth it. All right, and then we're right back to our reverse lunge with overhead press. Shake it out, 5 seconds till we get started. 3, 2, 1. So we got a lot of total body moves. Oops, I forgot. We're pressing as we stand up. That way we can really focus on standing up through the front heel and not just pushing off the back foot. I think I could be using some heavier weights for the shoulder press. I'm just going to add in an extra shoulder press at the top. Ooh, good work, y'all. 5 seconds left. Got one more in. Beautiful. Make your way to the floor. We got our push-ups. Push-ups. Get your push-ups. Okay, so if you're going for this check mark or more of a straight leg push-up, I want you to really focus on bringing that chest to the floor and then lifting yourself up in that same straight line. So you're not rolling down to the floor in a worm, and you're not lifting yourself up with your glutes first. If you find that you're doing that, come on back up into this tabletop position. Really apply some pressure into your hands, palms, and feel how you can activate your back a little bit more. And find that engagement in your abdominal core so that everything lowers at the same time. Like you're bringing your nose to the floor, like you're one of those thirsty birds. Okay, come on to our squat with our front raise. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can stay low this entire time. You can always just stay low, curl, press, in, down. Curl, press, in, down. Or come on back to one at a time. You've started, by the way. Or a little bit more challenging to keep that chest open. If in this wide squat, you find your lateral raise at the same time. Keep moving. 10 seconds left. One more time through. After this. One more time through. After this. Keep those eyes forward. Beautiful. Back to our reverse lunge to overhead press. Okay, what even is that? 3, 2, 1. Weights at your shoulders. Reverse lunge. Oh, press into that front heel, stand up. Overhead press. Make sure you're alternating those legs. But standing through that front heel. Almost there, almost there. Last time through these moves today. Bring a smile to your face. You are more than halfway through today's workout. Keep checking in as you stand up through the front heel. Nice. Come on back down to the floor. Push-ups once more. The last of your push-ups. I'm going to hang out here in tabletop, and here we go. All right, so I'm like that drinking bird, you know. It's got a steady pace, and it just keeps tilting over, staying in a nice straight line, and hydrating. Man, I need one of those. drinking bird thing is like my spirit animal. Do you think he can tuck its t-shirt into its pants? Because if it can, then it's meant to be. 1 full minute of work to go from right now. Before your next break. Really press into those hands. Yay! Last time. Squats with either a curl and press or just right into that front raise. You're going to try 2 weights this time. Last time through to challenge yourself. Begin. How are you standing up? The answer was once again pressing through your heels to stand up. Keep that chest open and shoulders released away from your ears. Your back is engaged right now still. Your belly is as well. And hopefully you're breathing. 10 seconds left. Do your best for these 10 seconds. Maybe you need to switch into a curl, press. Oh my gosh, that was really hard. Single weighted. Wow. We made it. Give yourself a round of applause. We made it through round 2. Oh, wow. Get yourself some water. Here starts our 1 minute of no exercise, chat, just breathing. Active recovery. We got some shoulder. Oh wait, we're not talking about exercises. Right. We're just recovering. It's hard. It's hard to not talk about exercises when you're exercising. Is this tangentially talking about exercise by not talking about exercising? Let's talk about lunch. Who made Kenley's lunch with the trainer this week? I did. I had it for dinner. I tried to skimp a little on the use of milk, and it was noticeable. So don't be like me. Don't skimp on the milk. But that also makes reheating a little bit easier, because then I can add some milk when I reheat it, and it'll still be delicious. I had so many vegetables in there. And then I also ate way too many nuts last night. Ask me next time if I've stopped eating all those nuts. Oh, why are they so good? All right, let's come into round 3, final round. Dun, 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 dun. Last 10 minutes of work, y'all. And then we get to stretch it out to the end. We're gonna make our way down to the floor. We're gonna make our way down to the floor where we're gonna do a plank with a double drive mountain climber. We're gonna alternate with our legs. So I want your mountain climber to come to your knee and then out to your elbow. To the knee, to the nose, and then the elbow. And if you need to come down here and be on your knees, you can do the same thing right here with that belly really pulled in to the nose, to the elbow, and then switch nose, elbow. We're gonna do a variety of glute bridges after that, and then we'll finish with a curtsy lunge into glute lunge. And we'll switch halfway through. Man, now I wish that our intervals were longer, but we're not gonna change it up around 3. All right, so get ready for your plank into mountain climber. 2 mountain climbers on each side. Starts in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, so if you're in a real plank, a full plank, knee to nose, knee to elbow, to nose to elbow. You can move as quickly as feels right for you. I'm gonna come back down to my tabletop option. Still getting some great ab work. Still starting to really train my hands, train my wrists to be able to do some more of those planks. You can really use your breath. Use that exhale to drive that knee up towards your nose and towards your tricep. Ooh, Wow. All right, next up are glute bridges. So go ahead, turn over onto your back. We're gonna start with our heels close towards our glute and our feet about hips width distance apart. And we're just gonna go for some up and down. You're just moving at the pace of your breath. So exhale up, inhale down. If you're breathing a little bit faster, you can always move a little bit faster. I just want you to make sure that you're moving in control. So similar to when we were doing that push-up, you're not rolling up and rolling down. Everything lifts, everything lowers. Starting the drive right here though, from the hips by squeezing those glutes. You're gonna keep your arms by your side for a little bit more balance, or reach those arms up overhead, or over your chest, I should say, to challenge your stability a little bit more. Great. Next up, stand up. We got a curtsy lunge combo. Let's do just one leg this first time through, honestly. So we're going to curtsy, back lunge. Start. Curtsy and back and curtsy and back. And if you want, you can give yourself a little double. 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 Oh my gosh. I regret doing one leg the whole time. If you need to take a quick break, like me, you can take a quick break. We're working to stay low. Most of the weight, that's right, it's in your front heel. Oh my gosh. Wow, so that front leg should be burning. You've got just about 10 seconds left over here. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I wish this wasn't on video. Oh my gosh, we made it. All right, so remember which leg you had to the front. We just had that right leg to the front. We're gonna do the left leg next time. Come on back down to the floor, back to our plank or tabletop mountain climbers. You wanna make it harder? Hold for a second. Hold for a second. Can you actually bring your knee to tap on your tricep? You can work a little harder too if you come into this check mark stance. Oh, wow, that's good for those obliques. Oh, make sure hands, palms are still at that under chest area. Whew, 10 seconds left. Ooh, that squeeze and hold. It's got me. Yes, turn over for your glute bridge. This time we're gonna go for a hamstring focused glute bridge. So feet are gonna walk out further towards the end of your mat. Press your heels into the floor. Draw that belly in and begin. Still lifting and lowering. You're gonna find you're not gonna be able to lift your hips up quite as high for this hamstring focused glute bridge. If you want to challenge yourself even more, walk those legs out even further. And again, you have the option to have your arms down on the floor for a balance, or reaching those arms up over your chest to make it a little bit harder. Oh, so good. Keep squeezing those glutes, lifting up those hips in control. Everything lifts and lowers, and the upper back shoulders are staying down on the floor. Great. Stand up, opposite leg in our curtsy lunge. So this time left leg is forward, right leg's gonna do the movement. Where's the weight? Front heel, begin. So remember, you can give yourself that little pulse. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, shake it out, get back in as soon as you can. It is good. It is good to find moves that are challenging enough that you need to take a break. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This for me is one of those moves. We got 10 seconds left. I'm only human, y'all. I'm born to make mistakes. 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, that ended gracefully. All right, let's come back down to the floor. Last time through, back into our planks with our mountain climbers. Then we'll stretch it out. Begin. Oh, things are getting sweaty. So if you can do nothing else, you're on your knees and tabletop, still getting these legs going. Or maybe you're challenging yourself to just hold on to a plank for 45 seconds with your hips either in line with or below your shoulders. Maybe you're getting a little bit of both in. As long as you know that you're doing something, as long as you are doing something, you're going to start to feel better than if you just sat at your desk. Turn over. We're going to pulse out the glute bridge. Pulse it out. Pulse it out. All right, so lay down on your back. Get those heels in close to your glutes again. And just pulse here. So staying up high. It's an intentional squeeze. Lift and lower. Not just pressing our pubic mounds up towards the ceiling. Squeezing those glutes and then a little release. Right ankle buck, you like this? Where are you going? And you're still moving at the pace of your breath. Equally grounding through all four corners of your feet on the floor. You're going to press onto the toes here for the last 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, great work. Let's stand up one more time. Curtsy lunge combo. We'll switch halfway through. Halfway through. Let's see what you can do. Begin. So we're getting about 20 seconds on each side. Keep that weight in your front heel. Don't cheat and make it easier on yourself by switching the weight around. Great news! It's switching time. Shake it out for a sec and jump right back in. Last honest 20 seconds of work for the day. Before we stretch it out, bring that weight into your heel. 10 seconds left. Ooh, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're done. Okay. Grab some water one more time. Get out of here, timer. We're going to challenge ourselves to 1 minute active recovery without talking about exercise. Starts right now. Active recovery minute. What's everyone doing tonight? I'm excited because I noticed via email this week that movie, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, is no longer $20+ to rent on Amazon. It's down to the reasonable rental price of like $6. Or you can rent the DVD at the Red Box for, I don't know. I haven't used a DVD player in a year, but it used to be like $2 or something like that. So I'm looking forward to laughing later. Great, a minute's up, so I can also say that laughing is a great workout. It's great for your abs. Okay, let's make our way down to the mat again. Let's come on down. Oh, bring your hands, palms back underneath of your shoulders. We're going to cat-cow it out here for just a couple of breaths. So go ahead, tuck your chin to your chest. Find as much rounding in that back as you can. Really press into your hands, palms. Press into your knees. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. And enjoy your delightfully straight arms. Keep those arms straight, almost locked or even locked as you release, carefully your belly down to the floor. Find that arch in your back. Really press into your hands, palms. Create some wrinkles in the back of your neck as you look up for cow. And then change, coming back to cat. Really explore using the full length of your breath to find the movement. So making your breath as slow as possible. And as the breath ends, you are as deep into the asana or posture as you can be. Wow, we did some solid inner outer thigh work today too. So let's go ahead and enjoy some gate latch pose. Here from tabletop, go ahead, extend your left leg out to the side, plant your left big toe down on the floor and line your heel up behind it. Take a moment to work to press the outer edge of your pinky toes into the floor, and already you'll feel a beautiful stretch throughout your thigh region. Go ahead, walk your hands in, lift yourself up, inhale your arms up overhead, grab hold of your left hand with your right, and just take a big gentle reach over to the left side of the body. Make sure you're not collapsing down towards the floor, but rather keeping that chest open, working to stack your shoulders as you reach over to the left. Press the outer edge of your foot to the floor. Inhale back up through center, reach over to the right. Oh wow, shoulders released from your ear, belly pulled in. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release yourself down to the floor. Bring that left leg in. Extend your right leg out. Plant that big toe down on the floor. Heel behind the toe and press into the pinky edge of your foot. Take a couple of breaths here. As you stretch your hips towards the back of the room, as you press your left knee down into the floor, it'll help you to feel that stretch through your glutes a little bit more through the back of the legs. Then go ahead and walk yourself in. Inhale your arms up overhead. Grab hold of that right hand. I have my thumbs interlaced. Open up your chest, pull your belly in, shoulders away from ears, reach over to the right side. Create as much length still as you can, so not just crunching down to the right side like you're reaching into the upper corner of the room. Inhale back through center. Reground that knee to the floor and reach over to the left side. Inhale back through center. Release your hands down to the floor. Bring your right leg in. Bring those toes together. Open your knees nice and wide. Send your hips towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Come into child's pose. Stretch your hands forward as much as feels good for you. Find that nice stretch into the shoulders. Option to even tent your hands like spiders and pressing your little finger pads, spider legs into the floor to just activate a little bit more of that back. If that's too much for you, take your generous bend of your elbows or even reaching your hands back towards your heels in tadpole and allowing those shoulders to really separate and come down towards the floor. Take 3 more slow breaths here. Then go ahead, bring your hands back into tabletop. Let's take a nice little opener of those hips. So step your right foot forward and place the edge of your pinky finger along the inner sole of your right foot so that your shoulder and your knee meet each other, and go ahead, press them in towards each other. Oh, it feels so good, doesn't it? I think so. So you don't have to worry about shifting your hips forward here. You'll still find a big stretch throughout the glute, the hip, the hamstring. And let's switch it up, come into the other side. Take your time, bringing that leg back. And this time, bring your left leg forward. I have the heel of my palm in line with the ankle, and I'm pressing the inner edge of my shin or calf and the inner part of the knee into the outside of my shoulder to really help feel a little bit more activation through the lower portion of the body. Oh, we're out of time. All right, so let's go ahead and step those feet together. Just take a moment here in your squat. Just a moment. 2 or 3 breaths. Can you lift your chest? Go ahead, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. star pose. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Step your feet together. Just take a moment here in mountain pose, in your stillness, with your arms relaxed by your side, coming back to your natural breath. Bring a smile to your face and thank yourself for coming to today's class. I hope you had an awesome time. Hope you're feeling good, feeling challenged. If you have any questions or concerns about what we did today, please reach out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, y'all.